Hey guys, day 2, let's get right into it. So I'm going to be posting 2 videos today. This first video is really just going to be going on what we're looking at in the market. So uptrend, downtrend, etc., higher lows, lower highs, yada yada yada. So let's get right into it. All right, so right in front of me is M&Q on TradingView. I know we always look at the top step chart, but y'all know that I'm going to be having only one funded account, and I'm going to be live trading everything else on my live account because that's where I'm at with my trading journey. Continuing. So right now, let's not look at the 5-minute. Look at the 1 hour. Little blue marked out sessions that you see. This little blue area right here. This little blue shaded in area, like you see all this is blue, all this is blue, this, that is London sessions, in between is New York sessions. New York, we're in New York right now, so that's why it's black out here. Continuing, so right now on the 1 hour, we are still in a downtrend. Although we see this motion up, we have not broken the downtrend yet. We have not broken that yet. So we're still considered in a downtrend on the 1 hour. Now on the daily, we are not in a downtrend. We are still in an uptrend, very much so. It's actually a fucking massive uptrend. Do you see that? That is brutal. Let's go into the 1 hour and let's find higher lows, lower lows, higher highs, lower highs. Okay, so for a downtrend, it's going to be lower highs, lower lows, down, low, up, high. So uptrend is going to be higher highs, higher lows. Let's get over to this right here. So this right here is very clearly an uptrend on the 1 hour. Let's find the start of it is right here. The break of it is right here, and it starts to break structure right here. This would have been considered a higher low, but then the higher low was broken right here. Let's go into detail on that. So again, this is the start, this is the end. Okay, so what do? We go high. You see this little red right here? This is the first low. This is the first low. And this little red candle is the second low. And this second low is higher than this first low. Does that make sense, chat? So we go higher, low, higher, low. So now this is the second low. This is the third low. It's making these little valleys are higher lows in an uptrend. So each low is getting higher and higher. Now we're continuing up, lower, a higher low, continuing up, higher low. It breaks structure right here, but it doesn't close under this higher low. Keeps going. This is probably news right here. Yeah, this is market open. Actually, this candle is market open of New York, but whatever. Continuing, it hits liquidity, goes and seeks liquidity right here. That's what this is. Continues to make a higher low, higher low. This low is higher than this one. Higher low. This one's higher than this one. Higher low. This one's higher than this one. Higher low. This one's higher than this one. And then we break it. Let's see what we do after that. Yep. we start downtrending. So now let's look at lower lows, higher, oh, let's look at higher highs. I forgot to show y'all that. Higher highs would basically be the same thing in an uptrend, but vice versa, but switch. So we're looking at higher highs. So this is the first high, second high. This high is higher than this high. Third high, this high is higher than this high. Fourth high, this high is higher than this high. We're looking at the peaks of an uptrend, not the valleys. The valleys are the higher lows. We're looking at the peaks. These are the higher highs than the high left before in the uptrend. Higher high, higher high, higher high. Okay, market opens right here on that fat ass red candle, whatever. That was fucking manipulation. That was clear. Let me see. We break higher low here, we break higher low here, here, we go to break it right here, and we just close at it, we get liquidity, and we buy off. We'll go more into liquidity at a later point. Let's not focus on that though. This right here started a downtrend, rejected at liquidity, continued up, and then here's the start of the new uptrend. So we're now, if you were in longs, the moment that we broke and closed under this higher low, you should have gotten out right here. You see this, you wait for it to change, and you only get in at a break of structure. So this is very clearly changing into a downtrend. What's it doing? Seeking liquidity. But if you're just starting trading, you're not going to know that it's seeking liquidity. You just know that now a downtrend is happening. So you get out at break of structure. Break of structure would be closing. If you're in an uptrend, it would be closing under the candle, closing underneath, whatever your time frame you're on, closing underneath one of the higher lows. This candle closed right here. That is below. You know what? Let me clean this up and really get in there. Okay, let's get in there. Right here, you see this. Let's say you're in longs and you get fucking smoked, okay? Let's say you enter here. This is your entry. You enter longs, you're up, you're up, you're up. Market open, destroys you. When you see this candle close right here, first of all, your stop should be right here. You should get stopped out right there. You also shouldn't be trading before market open either if you're going to hold through market open. You can trade before market open, but not if you're going to hold through market open. That's just silly. We will get to that later on though. I'm so sorry. Continuing. Your stop should be right here if you're going to enter here. Because what is this? If we close under this higher low made in this uptrend, we are going to continue downward for half a second, okay? That's break of structure. Break of structure is a candle closing in an uptrend below a higher low. So now a lower low was made in this uptrend, which means it's not an uptrend anymore. What's going on? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, if a lower low is made in an uptrend, something's happening. Either consolidation is coming, you might as well get out anyways, or either a downtrend is coming. You definitely need to get out. And your stop needs to be at the nearest break of structure, and you need to be entering at break of structure as well. This right here would have been a good entry point. You're in a higher low. You're entering near break of structure. Because if you would have, on this candle, this red one, pushed down, your stop would have been right there, whatever. but you're in an uptrend. So you have all the room in the world to make money if you're entering near a break of structure. Because what if it breaks structure? Okay, you're entering near the break of structure, so who the fuck cares? You take a little $200 lick, whatever, but your profit margin is ginormous compared to your stop loss margin. Anyways, continuing. So you need to be entering near a break of structure, and your stop needs to be at or right below a break of structure. So this candle, this red one right here, closed below this lower low, this higher low, which made a lower low, which means we are now in a downtrend. Okay, so we downtrended. We were seeking liquidity. We will talk about liquidity in a different area, in a different video, but you're not going to know that. If you don't know what liquidity is, you're not going to know, oh, we're probably going to seek liquidity at some point. Okay, on the higher time frame, we need to seek it. Why? You have no idea yet. So once you see, we saw liquidity here. You're not going to know that. It's okay. That's fine. We see this. We're not quite breaking these highs, okay? We're not quite breaking that. It looks like right now, this move is only making lower highs, which would be a downtrend. So we don't enter here. We don't enter here because this candle didn't close above this lower high in this downtrend. So the downtrend started with this top, and then it made another high, but the high was ultimately lower than the top of it, which means it's still trending downward. And then right here, where did this close? Lower than the previous high, which means we're still trending downward. Oh, what did we do? We still trended downwards. But you know what we also did? We made a higher low right here. We made a higher low right here. You know what that looks like to me? We might have not broken the lower highs to make a higher high to switch the trend, but we did make a higher low than this one. So we might not have had much strength, so maybe we came back down to seek a little bit of liquidity in this pocket. Okay, we re-entered the what? The order block. We'll learn about that. The order block right here to fill some orders, build some more strength, and then fucking buy off. It left the building, okay? What did we do? We, instead of making a lower low, we made a higher low right here. This low is higher than this low. Oh, wait a minute. This candle closed at a higher low? Let's enter. Oh, you don't want to enter yet? That's fine. Let's wait until we make a higher high than this one. Oh, wait right here. This candle closed. Oh, we get in and diamond hands, baby. We hold and we trail our stop loss all the way up, and we hold until we can't hold no more. Yeah. And where do we move it? To the next break of structure. Let's say we're in here, long position. We entered at that candle closing, okay? And we put our stop at break of structure, which would be making a lower low. So if we close below right here, if we close below that, it would be the trend making a lower low, and then it would just continue down, right? Okay, so we put that there. We broke structure here. Okay, we made a higher high than this one and this one. We're about to fucking pump. And what do? We pump. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So we're making higher highs, right? And what do? We trail our stop the entire time. So we're in right here, okay? This and up is where we're green. Right here and below is where we're red. That's where our entry is, okay? We see this push. Okay, great. Our stop is staying. We see the next push. Okay, great. Our stop is staying. We see this push, but we saw this little red candle made. Oh, you know what we're about to do? We're about to take our stop from down here to all the way right there. Because if we close under that low made, that higher low made, because this is the new higher, this is the new low of this trend up. This was the first low. Well, this was the first low. This was the second low. This was the third low. We move our stop that's here. We're keeping it there. We're keeping it there until we make this little higher low. We're moving our stop to right underneath. Why? Because if we break that and we close under it, we're switching trends, baby. We might as well get out now. That's how we move our stop losses, 2 breaks of structure. So you would already have your stop loss in profit. So you would get out of that trade making money anyways. Continuing. So, and then we move up again. We made a higher low here. Where are we going to move well, I would honestly keep my stop where it's at, if it's just that close. We make a higher low here. I would keep my stop where it's at. Lower low here. Oh, but we keep going. But you know what it never did? It never closed below this low or this low. So it was just price catching itself. Sometimes it needs to do that, which is why I wouldn't have moved my take profit, my like stop loss up, because this is just too close. Price is starting to slow down. It needs to catch itself the same way it did here, okay? It needs to get the same way it did here. It needed to go seek liquidity real quick, which is fine. Give her room to seek liquidity, but get out of there if you're gonna be entering here into longs. And then she closes underneath this guy right here. Get the fuck out of that, okay? Because you're gonna hold it all the way back here. And this is ours. You don't want to do that, sweating the whole time, praying to God, holding. No, you held for too long. You entered at the wrong place. We enter near breaks of structure, and our stops are at break of structure. Okay, okay. Continuing. So, you just move your stop up, you move your stop up, and we probably would have gotten, no, we wouldn't have gotten stopped until right here. We would have gotten stopped at that guy. We actually would have moved our stop to right here, because this higher low, this one right here, I would have moved my stop underneath that 100%, because that is way further from this low and way further from this low than these were from this one. So I would have moved it there, and then we would have gotten stopped at this green candle, but we would have made entered there on that green candle, and we would have gotten out right there. That is a 500 point move. That's a 500 point move on a higher time frame. Duh. But yeah, we would have been golden. Okay, that's higher highs, higher lows, why we enter at higher highs, why we enter at breaks of structure or near breaks of structure. That is why, baby girl. Now let's go look for lower lows and a downtrend. Okay. Okay, we're trending up right here. Cool. This is a low. We closed below it, which means we are now definitely trending down. Okay, it started here. It was confirmed here. It wouldn't have been confirmed here. It would have looked like we were just making higher lows at this point right here. But we see it here. We are now in a downtrend on the 1 hour chart. This goes for the same as a 5 minute, 15 minute. This goes the same. The higher lows and lower lows go the same with every time frame. Anyways, okay, so we would have confirmed right here. The top of it, this was the very highest point of this downtrend. We go down, we make a lower low, high, lower high, right? Because it came back up to a price this trend has seen before. This wick right here, this trend has been here before with this previous candle. Okay, we went back up to right there, but this high in this trend is still high, is still lower than that one, which means we just made a lower high in a downtrend. This is number one, this first high. This is the second high, because this high of this trend is lower than this one. Okay, let's go find our next one. Deep, 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 deep. I don't really count that as shit. Deep, 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 deep. Oh, here's a peak. This is lower than this one, so we just made a lower high. Again, I mean, you could count this one, whatever, but I mean, this could be 3, and then this one could be 4. I wouldn't count that one. I mean, it still works. This one to me would be 3. Deep, 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 deep. Oh, here we go. This one, this high, this like little, that point, the peaks in the downtrend, they're all lower than the peak before. And the valleys are all lower than the valleys before. Those are lower lows. So this would be number 4 to me. Deep, 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 deep. Oh. Oh, no, I'm looking for highs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Number 5. And then lows would be right here. Pink. Pink. Blank. 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 Okay. We still aren't really breaking. I wouldn't enter here. I wouldn't enter here. Although this is a little uptrend, tiny, but it can still always go and continue the downtrend. Where am I going to enter? At breaks of structure. Yeah. I would have entered here for long at break of structure. Because you, baby girl, this one right here just closed above this lower high. It made a higher high than the previous lower high, which means we're in an uptrend, baby. And I would have carried it. And I would have gotten stopped right here. Is it clicking? Good. Okay. That's lower highs, higher lows, and a downtrend, or lower lows. Whoa. Lower highs and higher lows and a downtrend. And then we just talked about higher highs and higher lows and an uptrend. Okay. What is next? Let's look at what manipulation is. Let's go to the 5-minute chat. Let's look at what manipulation is. Whenever I say manipulation, basically a move that is fucking reversed, okay? So let's look at London session. Let's look for manipulation into reversal. That's consolidation, baby. This is manipulation. Okay. So we open London right here. We open London right here. We close London right here. What I would say, oh my God, my brain. What I would say on my daily bias, if I'm just looking at this, and I did say this before ever seeing this bad boy on Friday. I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. Before ever seeing this happen, we didn't see this going on. I didn't see this whenever I said my daily bias, but I did say I'm long as shit. Do you want to know why I said I'm long as shit? Because there was a manipulation into a reversal, which meant there was going to be a continuation of wherever the reversal ended. Okay, so if the reversal in London, if London session ended with a reversal up, it's gonna continue up and we're long as shit. And that's exactly what happened. All of London. Okay. So this right here, this whole move down to me is manipulation. How do I know it's manipulation? Because I see it being completely reversed and canceled out whenever I wake up on a beautiful Friday morning and I look at my phone and I see the charts and I see, oh my God, we went down. Let me scroll a little bit more. Oh, we went back up. They tried to manipulate us. They didn't manipulate me though. I slept great. You know what I learned from that? We're going up, baby, because where did we end off? Right there. Is it clicking? Okay, why am I saying this is manipulation? Because that entire move down, this bad boy, was fucking deleted. Deleted. And the same amount of time it was created, if not quicker. If not quicker. It actually was deleted quicker, which showed that market makers didn't really want it there. They didn't give a fuck for price to be there because they turned it right back around. No news dropped. You see any lightning bolts? No. They just wanted to fuck with your boy. Except I was too busy fucking with them, watching their mistakes and letting me know exactly where New York was going to go the next day. I think I made 20K the day after. I think I made 20K on Friday. Because I waited for the manipulation and the reversal to show up. The end. That's manipulation. Do you see this manipulation? Why is it manipulation? Why is it manipulation? Why? Why, chat? Why is that manipulation? Because the reversal came right back after it. It did not continue. It did it for nothing. This entirety of this is deleted, which means they were manipulating us into thinking that they were some down ass bitch. They're not. They're an up ass bitch. Look at them. They manipulated us into thinking it was dumpy time. This right here, massive red moves. From the top of it to the bottom of it is what? 160? That's 60 points. That is 60 points, almost 100 points. I'm not like verbatim on it because I don't have it lined up. Like I don't have lines on it, but this is 170 to, yeah, 100 points to 70. Yeah, that looks like we're about to fucking plummet to the next liquidity. Just kidding, LOL. Reversed. Bye-bye. Bye-bye anybody that got in shorts like a silly goose. Bye-bye. Yeah, okay? Salt liquidity, fucking switched, turned around. This was manipulation into reversal. Why? Because this was manipulative because we literally reversed it with fucking ease directly after. And what did we do after that? We continued. Duh. We see a manipulation into a reversal. Wherever the reversal ended up, I'm gonna be if the reversal ended long, I'm gonna be continuation. I'm long bias. If the reversal ended short, I'm gonna be continuation, short bias. I hate a short day. They scare me. Anyways, they don't actually scare me. It's fine. I just stay away. Now, let's figure out how to mark the highs and lows of your sessions. Let's go to the 1 hour. Okay. Okay, let's mark highs and lows of this session. This is going to be liquidity points for the day. We're going to have reactions here every single time. Let's do okay, so this would be a high. This would be a high. Whoa. That would be a high. That would be a high right here. That would be high. Let's do lows. Oh, those are two different sessions. Whatever, don't care. Let's do lows. Low. 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 Let's see if we have a hard time today breaking those bitches. Oh, it looks like we already had a reaction today at one of them. Right here. Let's just do the previous session that we were just in. Okay, previous session high. Be right there. Previous session low would be right here. Let's see if she reacts here. This would be a high. This would be a low. Let's see what she does here. Let me go.
2 hours later.
Just got a notification that it crossed it, and then I went to go check my top step and it took it. I'm up 4,000 on the day, but I just got a message from TradingView right there. Alert on M&Q. It crossed 23,612.75. So that was a $4,000 trade. Bye.